Friends and roofers, bookkeepers. How are you guys doing today? My topic today is, have you ever been ghosted after you submit an estimate to a homeowner? I know that's pretty painful for all of us. I just went through a situation helping someone, and so they sent an estimate over to a homeowner for about $15,000. And so the homeowner asked them, do you have a detailed estimate or do you have a contract that they could take a look at and see all the details? In today's video, we're going to bust that myth and how you can use QuickBooks in order to have a nice looking estimate. And you can also attach to it a very nice proposal for them. You can follow up with them and you'll look like the great businessman or businesswoman that you are. And for bookkeepers, this is something that you can help your roofing and other contractors with. This is a very important topic today, so I hope you enjoy it and can implement it in your business. But before we move on, I did want to remind you guys that I have a certified roof bookkeeper program, and that link will be in the description. And in certified roofing bookkeeper, we have a full course. I will be doing coaching in there as well. And then also you will get a certificate from going through the program. And what this certificate is going to do for you is you can say that you've completed this course, and this is going to help you get new roofing clients or other contractors that you can do bookkeeping work for. And it will help you get to that six-figure income and the freedom in your life and the flexibility in your life that you really want. So this is just a great time for it. We're coming up in Q4, and between Q4 and the end of Q1 in 2026, this is when, everyone needs your help to get their books prepared for their taxes. Even though we don't do taxes, we prepare everything for them for that. Be sure and check out Certified Roof Bookkeeper, and I really look forward to seeing you over there. You're getting ghosted by homeowners, and I know this is an actual problem because I actually helped someone with this. So we want to have a professional setup. So I'm going to share my screen. And we're going to go into QuickBooks. What we're going to do is go to accounting on your left-hand side here. And then we're just going to compact accounting. And we're going to be working in the customer hub. And a good way to look at QuickBooks when you come to do things in QuickBooks, whether you're the bookkeeper, whether you're the roofer, the contractor, or you're a family member that is helping, your son or your daughter in their company, in their roofing company, then this is where the first place you would go. So when you're coming in, if you're doing bank things, you could go to accounting, entering expenses and paying bills, and sales and getting paid, invoicing people, and then our customer hub. That is where we're going to stop at today and concentrate on. We're going to click this little arrow and it opens up all the options that we have. We have overview. We have where we can put in a lead. We have customers. We have estimates, and we have reviews. So the first thing that we're going to do is go into estimates. And we haven't created an estimate in this new QuickBooks demo company I've created for us. So let's create an estimate. I did want to refresh your memory. Last week, if you click on your gear icon and then you go to list and then our products and services, because this is going to help us in our estimates. So we put in construction sales, metal roofing, retail roofing, and roof repair. So this is where we're going to be pulling from the information. And then when we are in accounting and we go to accounting, just open that up, click your arrow button, open that up. I want to show you step by step with this. And then if you click chart of accounts, then we can go to all of our chart of accounts and our income accounts. So the income accounts start with the number 4,000. We have already retail roofing, metal roofing, and roof repairs. So this is where we're getting our information from. I just wanted to show you that right quick. Now let's go back to our customer hub here, and let's go to the estimates now. Request approvals and more with estimates. Ask for approvals directly on your estimate. Enjoy new ways to customize your look and feel and those kinds of good things. So here we go. And they have on the side where you can upload files right here, images or text if you wanted to do that. We're not going to start at that point. That's a little bit of AI that's in QuickBooks, but we won't start there. And you would have your estimate already set up where you could add your logo, which we can even do that from here. I'll just pick something that we have here on my computer, actually. Okay, we'll just do a QuickBooks. We'll just open that up. And then you would see your logo right here. All you have to do is click that and then pick on your computer what photo that you want to appear here. And then you can change that anytime that you want to. So we have just the basic information of our company. We don't have any customers. We're doing an estimate for Joe Smoke. Click little plus, add new Joe Smoke. Then QuickBooks will open up another window on the right-hand side. So you have your first name, last name. If it's a real common name, maybe you do want to put the middle name so you don't get any accounts confused. The company name really isn't a company, so I'm going to take that off. Our customer display name, when we look them up, we could do Joe Smoke. You could, if you wanted to give it a job number, you could put your job number. And then when you're looking up any job that you're doing, you could just have a lookup key by 3260, his job number. Then we would put the email address in, we would put their phone number in, anybody that you needed it copied on, a blind copy, a mobile number. And it's always good to get all of this information in here. Say that somebody, is helping you in the office or you're out on the job and you need somebody to look up an estimate for you really quickly, then it will be very helpful for you. If this was a subcon customer, then we would click sub-customer and then we would have the parent name. You would put in the street address, 123 Main Street, city, Austin, Texas. So next 703. You don't need to put in the country. It will be same as billing address unless it is different. Then you could unclick it and then put in the information. But we're going to have same as billing address. And for now, we're not going to attach a file. You could attach here actually any pictures you took on the job, any measurements that you have on a piece of paper. You could attach those here as well. Okay. Now select your primary payment method. And so I just put check here and our terms. I always put due on receipt. It may be a deposit that's due on receipt or the final payment that's due on receipt. Okay. We don't have to worry about sales form delivery options. So let's just put none there. English is our language. You could have Spanish if it's a Spanish person that you want it sent to, okay? I don't think we really have anything in customer type. If you did want to classify that, you could. We don't generally use that. And then we have our date. And you could also add a custom field. This is a text and number. Okay. They're allowing you to do a drop-down list if you did want to. And you could do a different color. You could add in anything that you wanted, so that can be helpful at some point with you. That's a new feature that they've added, but we're just going to go with text and number. Okay, and then we're just going to click, then we'll close out. So now what we have is the customer 3260, that's our job number. We want, let's edit customer. Let's make the display name his name, customer name. So we can put the job number in another place. So our estimate number, QuickBooks will automatically populate that. Then you would put the customer email address here. And then your estimate date, your expiration date, say you're giving them 30 days. So let's do October the 12th. And then when they do accept it, you'll write their name there and the accepted date whenever they do accept it. Now here we have our territory and say we want to put North Austin. So we're going to add North Austin so we can keep up with where we're getting the most jobs from. North Austin, South Austin, you could even use just a neighborhood if you're doing a lot of work in a certain neighborhood, okay? So the first thing we want to do is we have one, put in our products and services. We're doing a re-roof. And we already have our description in, remove old shingles and install felt, install 30-year GF shingles, and say that we were including reflash the chimney. We can just type that in and it will be on the invoice here. This, we bid this is just one job. We're not bidding separately for material and labor and all of those things. It's best in roofing just to give a price for the total job and don't break anything down. This was $5,500. Our class, what we would be having here is roofing. Sales, we could put something like that. Just add new, and then it'll pop up. You could change this if you needed to. So we're going to put save. And all of these classes, they will help you when you are creating reports, okay? So now we can see that the subtotal in Texas, we don't charge the sales tax, but if you did, then you could set that sales tax up, which we will get to somewhere down the road of going over how the sales tax works. So we have our estimated total of $5,500. And then customer payment options. We could accept Apple Pay, Visa, MasterCard, Discovery, American Express, PayPal, and Venmo. Or you can actually have your bank ACH. So if you click this edit button, then you can choose here what type of financing that you are offering the customer. And as you see, the estimate number and it's pending because we're still working on it. So with the estimate total, any discount that you're giving them, any multi-currency, your accepted payment methods. If we were already signed up in QuickBooks to accept payments online, then you would have a green box like for Venmo, Apple Pay, American Express, Bank ACH. and then you would just choose whichever one that you wanted. Another thing that we can do while we're here, if you wanted to do a different color for your invoices, you can also do that. You could pick a different font. So you want that one, and it changes it. Scheduling, where you want to print later or send later if you did want to send it at a different time. QuickBooks gives you some different options there. So now we'll just close out of there, where this is to activate receiving payments in QuickBooks Online. You would just click this activate payments. And I'll show you where that is after we finish this estimate. Here you could tell your customer how you want to get paid. And then you could say something like cash, check, and we accept ACH payments. We accept credit cards. There is a 3% processing fee. Then I just put the credit card company charges us. Then any note to the customer, I would put something, please see the estimate and let us know if you have any questions. Then I would just put debris, Texas roofing. No, and then I would put my email, and then I would put my telephone number. Okay, that's how I would do it. If you need to make a memo, then you could write an memo. This is just for internally. Our attachments here, like I was speaking before, you can add an attachment. It can be pictures on the jobs. My son that runs a construction company, he adds a lot of pictures on the job. And then also if he's written on paper any notes or anything, he will add those as well. By just taking a picture like on his phone and then uploading that to his computer. But here, say that we are doing this estimate and we want it to look really nice. We're going to click add attachment. And then I'm going to go and find an attachment that I want to add. I added under contracts, I'm saving. So I have a blank contractor for you guys, for roofers. If you do need a copy of this contract, I have it both in PDF fillable, where they can fill it out. And I also have a blank contract that is just in Word that you can put your logo on, and then you'll see it right here. Blank contract for roofing and bookkeepers. So if you do need a contract, please comment in YouTube here or Facebook where I have this video, and I will get this over to you. Click attach the email. You're going to attach that to this estimate. Okay. And then at the bottom, it says print or download. Click print. So we'll click print. And then this will show you exactly what your estimate looks like. So you can see the person's name, the ship to, the estimate detail, and the description that we put in, accepted date, and accepted by. Okay. So you get out of that. We'll just get back over here. All right, so there we have it. And if you needed any more actions, you could make a copy of this. You could delete it. You could copy it to a purchase order. If you needed like to hire a subcontractor, this is really good to copy to a purchase order. And you could audit the history of this estimate. Where I use make a copy, say that I've created this estimate and I need to do another one that's doing another similar job to this, and I would just make a copy, then everything is populated for me, and I would just give it a different invoice number. You do have those options. Now we can actually save this. If you were going to send it to someone, what you could do is review and send. You could share a link where you click on share a link. And then you just copy that link that's there. But we needed the customer's email on this estimate. We didn't have that. Review and send. You would see who it's from, they would see, and if you wanted to send yourself a copy, the subject line, and you can change this to anything that you want to. So you can actually change that text there. And you have the contract that is attached to it for the customer too. And then you have just a short message that we typed in. Please find your estimate details. Feel free to contact us if you have any questions. We look forward to working with you. Have a great day. See if you scroll down on this side, exactly what the customer would say, and then they would click review and approve, and they can view everything that you sent them and then approve that. Okay. I'm just going to put in a old email address I have. We'll go with that. We'll just say send estimate. So now, let's see, find that email. And hopefully you can see this screen. We just refresh the screen, and here, as you can see, is the estimate here. The email that the client received. We can click on that, and this is what it would look like. So it looks very nice. You have the blank contract down here, so they can open that up as well. So you look very professional. You have your contract, and then they could click review and approve. And then it has all your information here. They could print this, they could download this, they could view the estimate again. Then if they said everything looks good, then we would just click accept. And then you get awesome, you accepted this estimate, and then they could even view the estimate again. We'll close out of that. Let's get back over to QuickBooks. And I do hope you saw all of that. Let's go to our estimates. And now you'll see on the screen, it has the date, the invoice number, the customer, the amount, and that it was approved. So this is the step that we're at today, but this is a great way to get estimates over to your customers and look in a very professional way. That is really nice there. I want to remind you, I do have that blank contract if you do need a contract. And I have it both in the PDF and in the Word document. If you'll leave a message in the comment, just contract, then I will get in touch with you. I will get that over to you absolutely free. But this contract is really good. It's really simple. It's just a one-pager where you can type in the description exactly what you want to tell the customer, what kind of shingles you're using, like the phases in the job. First, when I show up at your house, then I'm going to remove the shingles. Then I'm going to install the felt. I'm going to put on 30-year shingles, GAF shingles. I'm going to do all the cleanup. The yard is going to be kept clean. I'm going to reflash the chimney for you. And you might be doing some extra stuff for them. And you can also say if there's any bad wood, any decking that does need replacing, I will let you know. However, there will be an extra charge for any bad wood. So this is your opportunity, and you can put that in your contract as well. That anything that, is beyond what's on this proposal, that there's an extra price for. But that's how you would get a really professional estimate done. And by us doing this, even in my son's construction business, he got that job. And so it was awesome. So it was an excellent opportunity for him. Because sometimes with a customer, you've got to build up trust, even though you met them when you measured the roof and everything. They want to make sure you know that you're legit, and after they pay you a deposit, that they are going to get the roofing job done and get a good job done. And you can even offer them a 1-year workmanship guarantee or a 5-year workmanship guarantee, excluding any acts of nature, any storms or anything like that. That's all for you today, and I hope that you can really implement that in your roofing business. And for bookkeepers, this is how you would help do an estimate for a roofing company, and that will help get some money into your business and get it going. But please check out all the links that I have in the description. There may be affiliate links in there. If there is, then please just know I earn a tiny bit of money from that to help support my channel and get more videos out to you. I believe, though, the only affiliate link I have is if you need to start a QuickBooks Online for a client, then that is an affiliate link. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you next week. And what we're going to do next week, getting our deposit. So anyway, we will talk to you on next Saturday. Bye-bye.